Your doctor says I assist you too much, so I should not assist you.
Don't you think I should wear a short? I do 2 sets of 10 or 3 sets of 10, and basically that's that. Hello. It's been 4 or 5 weeks since my ACL reconstruction surgery. As you can see, the scars are almost fully healed. I think they are healed, just like a bit scarification, you know. I didn't have braces like the guard on, which most people do, but my surgeon said I don't need it. And reason, I don't know. It was painful afterwards. Like I left the hospital and I wasn't told I needed to bend my knees, so out of fear, because I didn't have brace, I didn't want to bend the knees. And I got to the rehab and my physiotherapist was like, oh, you should have been bending your knees and you didn't bend your knees, so if you don't start bending your knees, you will never be able to walk again normally. So I lost 2 weeks from my rehab because, one, I think coronavirus also played a role, and also because of the fact that I couldn't get my rehab started quickly. So basically I'm just going to be telling you the things I'm doing now. First, I always use this tennis ball to like massage my soft tissue.
How do you massage it?
Okay. Because it's still 4 weeks, I can't fully bend my knees straight up, and you need it to be relaxed. So I put like my pillow underneath so I have to make sure that it's relaxed. Then I start from up, and basically I just try to go in like through the soft tissues and massage through. I do that here, I do that here too. Like you'll feel some kind of tension, but it's okay. And I do this here too, and I also do underneath here. And I do like, I bend my legs, like I bend my feet this way and bring it back, and do like some rotations as well with it. Yeah. And I also, before now, what I always did with this car was like I put my hands on it, then do this rotation motion, then on this way I more or less move it. Okay, I move it like this, and I bring it back also like this. Then because of the surgery, you tend not to feel anything on this part of your knee. It's absolutely normal, don't be afraid. So the first exercise, I get the ball, I put it underneath my knee, and I just try and get a little bit of elevation. I can do it all the way, but you don't need to do it all the way. After the surgery, you will lose the muscle tone. You can see there's a difference between this and this. So you lose your muscle tone. You just need a bit of motion, a little bit above the floor, your heels above the floor, and you want to press your knees against the ball as much as possible. A few centimeters above the ground is enough. So one, this is too high, so you just like this is good. And you want to press the knee down against the ball. So it's 1, 2. So what this does is it activates the quads. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Show me the muscle.
See? This is it, without it. This is it. Just the muscle. I just want to wake it up, you know. I'm just trying to exercise it. So 1. And when you're up, you can just count like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you do this 10 times. Then the next one is you bend the leg. Try not to bend your hips with it. You keep your hips straight, but you just bend only the leg. So you do the same thing, push the knees against the ball and just lift up. So this time it's not on the medial side, like the side closer to the body. So it's just like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So now you do the same thing, but you bend it for the lateral side. So it's basically the same thing to ball, push down, legs elevated. And do that 10 times too. So I do that for each part, like 10, 10, 10 twice. Then the next thing is I take the same ball and I try to put my leg on the ball, right? And basically all I'm doing is trying to stretch it as much as possible, then bring my legs towards myself. And when I get here, like when I reach the maximum I can get to, I tend to want to help myself more, you know. So I do this. 1, 2. Like from your like 3rd week or 2nd week, when you do this, you might not be able to reach this high because it took me a while to get here, and I always felt pain. Now, like when I reach here, I won't say I feel pain anymore. I just feel like slight discomfort. It's not as much as the pain I used to feel like 2 weeks ago. So just keep going. So basically I do that 10 times, which is 10 reps of 2 sets. So 10, I pause a bit, and 10 again. Also, there's this thing I do with the big ball. It's funny, trust me, it works. The mistake I made was I got a 65 cm ball, which I think I should have gotten a 75 cm because of my height. To be honest, I'm 6 foot. I felt okay at 6 foot, 65 should be enough, but I really have long legs, so it was a problem because I can still do the exercise with it, but it's way more comfortable on the 75 cm ball, which I do in the gym because they have the 75 cm ball in the gym. So basically all you need to do is you're seated on the ball, legs kind of spaced, and I want you to move forward and back. So heels first, forward, and when you're here, you want to put like a bit of pressure, you know, like to bend the knees a bit. So next, heels, bend, heels, bend. Be careful, don't fall off the ball like I almost did now. Then you come back. You know you went with heels first, so now you want to go with toes first, back, toes, back, toes, back, toes, back, toes, back, toes, back. And when you get here, you want to stand up, and you might hold the ball, like to put the ball in place. Basically when you're standing, you don't want to stand like this, using the ball to stand. You basically want your thighs to make you stand. You might hold the ball on the side to make sure it doesn't slip off, or put your hands forward if you're afraid that you would put your weight on the ball. So you just basically want to stand, and once you stand, your bum can still be in contact with the ball. Like you don't need to like stand up fully. You just want to make that motion of standing. I want to show the activation of the leg muscle. So you can see my legs now. There's nothing like, but when I stand, you can see the muscle. So you stand and you hold it for 3 seconds, like 1, 2, 3, then you go back. And you saw what happened, and because I was more focused on the camera than the exercise itself, the ball moved away. So that's why you might want to put your hand to make sure the ball stays intact. So when you get there, you start again. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Back now. Back, 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 back. Stand. 1, 2, 3. Back. Again. 1, 1, 1. So basically you do that 10 times.
What do you do 10 times? Like the whole thing? You do 10 times?
Once you go forward,
like
back, stand, that's 1. Forward, back, stand, 2. Forward, back, stand, 3. What I love about the exercise is it's like a reverse squat. This squat you go from up down, and because it's really hard for you to put so much weight on the new thighs, this is easier. So you just have to stand and it activates it instead of doing it from the other way back. That's about this. Also, I try to do like this walking exercise, which is basically me trying to walk without my crutches, and I try to do it close to the wall or something I can hold. So the first one is just walking normally, you know, but you want to make it, take your legs as high as possible, then down, heels first, toes. And when you're here, you always want to fully extend this as much as you can. this is my normal leg, so I will walk normally with this, but this is the problem. So you have to always make sure you take note of this. And when you're here, you want to bend it. You see? So we are back. We go up, down. I walk that way, front and back. Then the next one is on my toes. This is the one that is really always tricky. So you're on your toes. And you want to keep your legs as straight as possible. And it's going to be really hard to keep your legs straight. Toes.
So it's basically just walking on toes?
Mm-hmm. It's not as easy as it looks, trust me. Then, the next one is trying to walk backwards. So basically, and be careful, don't be like me. Have something around that will make you fall. And it's always good to have the wall close by, so in case you're losing balance, you have something to hold. But then as you continue doing it, you get kind of more comfortable and you don't need to hold anything anymore. Then the last one is, we do this normally when we are playing football. So which is basically like, so when you do that also, I want to do some exercises that involve a bit like more muscle and shit. So the first one I want to do basically is lie down, have my legs as bent as I can. So for now this is my limit. I can't go more without feeling pain. So when I get the ball, I put it between my legs and I basically just press it together, you know. And now, when I press it together, I want to make sure that one leg is not doing more than the other. Because for me, for instance, the surgery was done on my right, so obviously this can do more than this. So I want to make sure that it's the same exercise, like the same pressure put into it. And what this strains is this, like just the medial thighs. So just push them together and count to 10. So basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Relax. Then again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Relax. I do that 4 times. Then the next exercise, the same ball in between the legs, pushed together and up. So my hamstrings. So up. When I started, I used to realize that I put more weight on this side. So consciously, I try to move myself to the weaker part so that there is enough pressure on that part. So let's count now. So we go 1, down, 2, down, 3, 4. To be honest, I used to hate this exercise. 5.
Why?
6, 7. I used to call it fucking the head. 8, 9, 10. I used to hate the exercise because I could do other exercises to train my hamstring that were stronger than this. So I used to not like this because I used to think it was really light on my hamstrings. But now that I realize that my hamstrings don't have the energy they used to have before, actually this has been helping. And you can make it harder. So basically like this, you can raise one leg up. And basically the leg you're raising up should be the good leg, because you're not trying to train the good leg more. So now the whole pressure is on. I'm shaking a bit because the hamstrings are not so strong. So you can try and do that like 2 or 3, and over time it gets stronger, you know. Also, I do this. This is what I used to bend my knees. Initially I could not bend my knees this way. My knees were like this. So then I started doing this. So basically I hold and I allow gravity pull it down. So now I'm here, which is like 90, but I need it to go more. So basically I just keep it here, then I take it back, up, and if I want to push it down more, I basically use my other leg to push it down.
Oh wow.
It's a bit painful.
You really have progress.
But then I remove it and I bring it back again. And I can keep doing that over and over again, over time. I couldn't get this low for a long time. And also, this, my leg not even go beyond this initially, but with time, so now I'm here, right? So if I want to go more, I go down and I'm here. So I also use this leg. So first of all, I put the good leg in front and I try to use to pull back as much as I can. You can see the hamstring muscles. So I'm like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then I release and I use the same leg to push it back down. Now I don't feel pain, I just feel like pressure, you know, but I have to keep doing it and keep going down. Then later on, you also then try to push back down against the leg, you know. 1, the same thing, 2, 3, 4 to 10. What other exercises can you do at home? Let me show you. Okay, first I want to say hello to my sponsors, ECG. Few jokes apart, let's go straight. You might say, why am I here? It's kind of a weird place to exercise, to be honest, but I had to choose like the strongest table I have that it's also really high for me, because my bed is not high enough, my reading table is not strong enough, and I don't want to be training in the kitchen because it's also not like really high enough, because I have long legs for some weird reasons. It's not comfortable for me also because of this, but you want somewhere when you put your knees to the edge, you can bend without there being like interruption between your legs and the floor, because with the bed, my legs already on the floor. Also, I want to talk about my progress. A few weeks ago, when I sat down here, my legs were like this. Like, I could not move it back, but now I can do this. I could not do this before. And also, I remember then, I always had to put this here so that I could force more to be able to go down, because it was 90 degrees margin. I was told to get to 90 degrees within a week, so it was really hard, but painful, but I did it. So basically, why are we here, you might say? I love this exercise because I can use it to train my quads, right? You can see my quads. They're not what they used to be. You know, like kind of compare with this. They're not what they used to be. So now what do?
It looks like legs of different people.
So I can do this alone. You can see it's activating it. But why stop there? It's like what you do with a small ball, but this time you're using your own body weight. So I use my good leg and I put it here. And basically, I'm using my good leg to push this back. So I do it, there are 3 stages of the exercise. So the first stage, basically, I have the leg not so back, maybe just a bit forward. And I put my good leg against it. I'm trying to use my good leg to pull it back, and I'm using the ACL leg, surgery leg, to try and push it forward. So what does this do? You can see the muscles are activated because it's trying to force it forward, but it's obviously not as strong as a good leg yet. So I count to 10. So let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And if you look at the muscles, you can actually see like there's this kind of spasm, like mini spasms, you know. Then the next one, I move it like kind of almost 180, but less than 180, and I do the same thing. But this time what happens is, if you want to compare, this is more on the medial part. So you can see the spasms. So I count to 10 again. 1,
Like because you have this
2,
leg higher?
yeah, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And the last part of the exercise, I basically just relax my legs for a while and put the good leg on it and try to use the good leg, to move it front and back. You can always increase the weight. So like if I try to make it harder, it's harder. If I reduce the pressure from this, it's softer. So harder, softer, and that's all. And this also can help you in bending the knees more. So for instance, as you can see, if I move forward, I have to move forward now because it will be useless with what I'm trying to explain. So my knees can't my heels can't get here easily. Like if I can't get here, I have to move forward. So now I put this back here and I use this. I push against it, count to 10, then I relax it and try and push it to come back. Like it's what I did when I started, when I could not get to 90 degrees. It was basically here. So I pushed down with this and held this and pushed it also like. And the thing with this is once you do this and you're trying to push this back with all your energy, like you put all the strength you have into trying to push this back. So when you release it, you notice that you have a bit more, maybe your leg can reach here normally. So if you're here and you're doing this, you're actually strengthening the muscles. So then you just come back down more easily. Oh, I can show you this. I've not done this in a while actually. I hate it too. So you can see I'm not so gifted with calf muscles. Even don't blame me, I tried so much. Go to the gym to just train my calves, but they refuse to grow. I have to make sure I put weight on this. And basically all you need to do is wide feet, wide stance, weight here, and your hands being here is not to hold, no pressure. You can do something like this. So you're just using it to make sure you don't fall. And you go up, 1, 2, 3. So you do 10 of that. That's the first one. The second one is like trying to move your weight from one leg to the ACL knee and back to the middle instead of. So this middle. Okay. Squat. You don't need to go all the way like a proper squat. You just need to go just a bit, Just activate the thighs. This is not a squat training exercise video, but the squat actually has stages. Like there's a stage where it's just the thighs and a stage where you bring in the glutes into it. So we don't need to activate the glutes here because we are not trying to train the glutes. It's just basically just to strengthen the thighs. So you don't need to do the full range of motion of the squat. So just back. And do 10 of that too. Thank you for joining Awesomeness Fitness today.
Good job.
We see you in a week's time when we tell you more exercises you should be able to do by your 5th or 6th week. Thank you.